I look like so pale right now. It's probably because I am so pale. Alright, let's go. Hello, and thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me again today. Today I am going to be answering some of your questions, and so that makes this the Q&A answer portion. Before we get into it, I have implemented a new reward for my patrons where I say thank you, and for $5 plus patrons there is one verbal thank you per month in a video, and this video is that video for this month. So today's verbal thank you patron is David Newell. So thank you so much, David, for your continued support. You've been a patron for quite some time. I am so appreciative. So thank you so much, David. Now there is also going to be a written thank you in the description for a $2 plus patron, and that is also in the same video every month, so that will be in this video as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that is going to be something that I do in one video per month, a way for me to give back a little bit to my patrons. So other than that, let's just go ahead and jump right in. You will notice I am in a little different setting. This is the same setting that I used for the Halloween role play. It's just my bed. But I thought that for the Q&A it might be a little bit more like of an intimate setting. So yeah, I just figured I'd be nice and comfy for the Q&A. So anyway, I have some written down. I'm actually not exactly sure how many I wrote down, but it's front and back the page. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Do your friends and family experience ASMR? Do they think your channel is weird? Do you ever get embarrassed about your videos? My friends and family, not very many of my family members that I've explained my channel and ASMR to, it doesn't seem as if they really understood when I was explaining it to them. So no, I don't think very many of my family members experience ASMR. I don't really talk to my friends, many of them, about ASMR. A few of them I do, but it's actually a funny story. I met this couple at a dinner of it was a birthday dinner of a friend. It was about a year ago, and I had just started my channel, and he had mentioned ASMR just sort of randomly. I don't remember how it came up, but I about fainted. It was I don't know, it was strange because I had myself only recently sort of figured out or learned what ASMR was. I had always experienced it, but to have really just recently learned about it, started my own channel, and then somebody I just met sort of was mentioning ASMR in a positive way, that he enjoyed it. And so I jumped right into the conversation. I was like, yes, I know exactly what that is. Oh my gosh, I love ASMR. And his wife was like, I really don't like it. And Rich, who is my fiance, also he doesn't experience ASMR, and it's like quite the opposite for both of them. Actually, they don't like it at all. So, but the funny part of the story is that I just went to a Halloween party, and I'm just kind of not like in a great mood when I walked in, and I was eating by myself at a table. So awkward. And he walked up to me, the guy from the couple. I don't want to mention his name just in case he doesn't want me to, but he walked up and he kind of like whispered, he was like, "I found your channel." And part of me was like, oh my god, like what did he think? And then the other part was like, it was just such relief, and it was so cool that it was him that found it. And because not all of my friends know about my channel, in fact many of them do not because I'm embarrassed about it, but because I don't really know how to go about starting the conversation, because I would have to not only explain ASMR, but sort of tell them that I've been doing this for a year and that I just didn't let them know. And I don't know. I mean, I do have to tell them because it's such an important part of my life and it's something I enjoy doing immensely. And so I do need to let them know. It was so great to be able to talk to a friend about my channel. It was really, really cool. And so I talked to them about it a little bit, and they just asked me a few questions, like, how long have you been doing it? And I guess they had watched a couple of my videos, and his wife said, yeah, like, it's not for me, which is totally fine. And Rich was like, not for me either. So, but it was just, yeah, I mean, that was like a long version of that answer, but so I don't know if they think my channel is weird. I think that I think he even thinks like ASMR is kind of like a weird phenomena thing. Like it's, he enjoys it, but he can see the weird in it, I guess. But no, I don't think that they think it's, I don't know, maybe they think it's weird, I'm not sure. But no, I'm not embarrassed by it. I'm very proud of my channel. I'm very proud of my videos, and I love getting comments and messages from you saying this really helped me sleep, or this helped me come down from an anxiety attack. So no, not embarrassed by it in the least. Very proud of it. And yeah, so that took like 5 minutes to answer. Let's try to make this a little quicker. How old are your children? That is an easy, quick one. Chloe is 2. She will be 3 in a couple weeks. And Corey is 2 months. He was born on September 13th, so it's just over 2 months. How old are you? I am 29. Yeah, 29, and I'm turning 30 in 2017. My birthday is August 29th. Same as Michael Jackson. Do you use your own videos to trigger your ASMR? No. I see this question in almost like every Q&A that I've watched for ASMR, and I think it's a pretty I think the general consensus is it's kind of like tickling yourself. You really can't do it. So no, I don't trigger myself like when editing videos. Not at all. I guess I can kind of tell if something sounds good and may trigger somebody else's ASMR, but it doesn't trigger mine. What do you do when you aren't making videos? I pour about 1 million cups of apple juice a day. I make 6 meals that pretty much just all get thrown in the trash can. I argue a lot with a certain little girl who seems to win an awful lot of our arguments, even though you would think, that I would win, but no. I hide a lot of Halloween candy. I watch a ton of Mickey Mouse and Doc McStuffins. I make a lot of bottles. I rock a baby. I'm just a mom. But what do I do in my free time? I have to think about what I used to do before I had 2 kids. I like going to the movies. I like going to concerts. I try to go to at least 3 or 4 concerts a year in the summertime, which I've done the last few years anyway. I don't know. I think right now it's hard to think because I've just been doing the mom thing for, the last 3 years. So, and obviously with having Corey, it's doubled. So I'm really just doing the mom thing right now. What advice do you give to new ASMR creators? That's a really good question. I think one thing that makes the biggest difference is really audio quality. I think that when you start a channel, of course, you don't have the very best equipment, but there are some really great microphones out there for not a whole lot of money, and it's so important to get the audio quality down before you invest in props or backdrops or lights or cameras. I think that's probably the number one thing I would say. And consistency is huge. Upload consistently. That's really for any YouTube creator, I think. And be true to yourself. And I know that sounds corny, but don't put out a video that you don't feel good about. If you are making content that you wouldn't be proud of, or that you feel a little funny about, then you should know right away that that's not what you should be doing. So you need to make sure that your audio quality is good, that you upload consistently, and that you are true to your beliefs in yourself all the time. And that means not taking every single request that comes your way if you don't feel comfortable with it. So, yeah, those are my tips for new ASMR creators. Do you believe your children experience ASMR? Chloe, I think, definitely does. We used to nap to Allie's video ASMR requests. One of her really random videos, I think it was the giveaway for the 3D the virtual reality headset thing that she was giving away. I would just put that on every day and we would fall right to sleep. Corey, I think, is the opposite. I think it really bothers him because I'll put a video on and he seems to get really fidgety and uncomfortable. So if it's at all possible, I think, to know if a 2-month-old experiences ASMR, I think he definitely doesn't, at least as of right now. And Chloe, I believe, definitely does. What is your favorite ASMR trigger? The reason that I put this in here, even though I answered it in a Q&A from a long time ago, is that I think that it's actually changed. It used to be very up close whispers, which I just get stuck. Which I still like, but I've been liking soft speaking even more. I have been really enjoying like crinkles, like plastic crinkles, and sort of like scalp sounds or like hair sounds. I think ASMR can really, I know that it's dangerous because if you watch too much of it, you become immune almost, but I think it can also sort of, certain triggers can like develop, or your reaction to certain triggers can develop, because soft speaking was not a thing that I think triggered me always, but it's like one of my favorite things right now. So yeah. Pineapples on pizza? Not for me. Not a big like Hawaiian pizza fan. I could eat it, but I wouldn't order it for myself. But I probably wouldn't have to be starving to eat a piece, you know. Does your husband experience ASMR? What does he think of your videos? Rich, I mentioned, does not like ASMR. It makes him very uncomfortable. It makes him like angry, and which a lot of people, it happens to. What does he think of my videos? He's really proud of me. He's super, super supportive. He, I don't know. I know that he at least watches a minute or so of every video that I put out, because he'll mention something usually about every video. But yeah, he's just super supportive. And if he's watching this now, hello. Do you plan on having more kids? So it's not a long story, but Chloe was like this angel of a baby. You could just do anything. You could put her down, she was fine. You could hold her and she was fine. She really only cried if she was wet, needed a diaper change, or was hungry. Corey is like the exact opposite of that times 1,000. He's so difficult. He's so fussy, and I know it's not his fault. We don't know if it's just colic or if it's reflux. We're like trying all these things, but it has been so challenging, and I think it would have to be a very long while before I considered having more kids. But honestly, I don't know. I'm not very sure if I would want more than 2 kids. So, yeah. What do you think made your 3DO mic test video so popular? That's a really good question. I know that mic test videos are pretty popular anyway, because they're usually, there's like an abundance of triggers, and so it sort of attracts everyone in the ASMR community, whether you are looking for close whispers or softly speaking, or no talking, or tapping sounds or ear brushing sounds. It sort of covers all of the bases. I'm not sure if it was me that really made it huge. I was featured on a lot of Instagram pages, and I think it said like WTF is this or something at the top, and it was a clip or a couple clips of the video, and that brought so many views because people would say, what is this? And then someone would say, it's ASMR, and then they would tag me. And in my bio in my Instagram, which is just Tinglebell ASMR, I have the link to my channel. So it was really amazing because it brought so many people that I think didn't know what ASMR was, didn't know who I was, or just were like genuinely curious, even if they didn't really like it. So I think what made that so huge is that it made it to people who were new to ASMR, which is amazing. So even though they were poking fun at me, it did something really great for the community, I think, in sort of broadening, the amount of people that were watching or that knew about ASMR. And I don't think that, every single person saw it as a positive thing, but if even just a handful of people did, that's great. Just exposing ASMR in a positive way to more people, I think is a great thing. So, what would you tell your younger self? I have really never thought about that. I guess maybe just to be happy with what I have, not want something else or something more, which I think is something that a lot of people struggle with. And to really appreciate what I do have, because sometimes if you sit down and think about it, you really do have it all, everything that you need, sometimes. So I think, I would say probably care less about what people think and be thankful for what you have. Have you ever played video games? Which ones? I have only ever played one video game, like a real video game. I mean, I play like The Sims sometimes, or like Animal Crossing sometimes, but I played Silent Hill years ago. Like, I think I was right out of high school, so it was probably like 2005 or 2006. And I played whichever Silent Hill was out then, and I was so hooked. And it was really scary, but I don't remember much of it. I know the ending, you could get like different endings depending on sort of like what you did in the game. And the ending I got was like a woman like flying around a room. It was bizarre, but that was the ending I got for Silent Hill. And then the movie came out, and I was like so excited to watch it. Do you have a job aside from YouTube? At the moment, I am thankful and lucky enough to be able to stay home with my kids. As of right now, I was nannying, and I decided to take the time off after I had Corey and not set a time to really go back to a traditional job. I'm focusing a lot right now on my channel. I have a lot of things in the works that I'm really excited about, and so I'm not going to spoil anything right now, but I'm working really hard on this job and my mom job. So I don't have a traditional job right now, and I don't have any plans to return to one in the near future. And the last question, what are your favorite TV shows? I, right now, am watching, we actually watch quite a bit of TV. I just finished, but we usually watch it all like recorded, so I'm usually never caught up. We just finished How to Get Away with Murder, which is such a good show. It's like so addicting. We are 4 episodes behind on The Walking Dead. We have the entire season of Shameless that we haven't started. My guilty pleasure, which I'm gonna get made fun of so much, but is Love and Hip Hop. I don't know why, I really like that show. We watched that season just ended, and the new one starts soon. What else am I watching? I love The Office. I could watch that anytime. Friends is my all-time favorite. Boy Meets World was my favorite, growing up. Yeah, I guess it does say favorite TV shows, not what are you currently watching, but I kind of went in a different direction, I guess. But yeah, so favorite TV shows are, Your Friends, Boy Meets World, Big Bang Theory, love Big Bang Theory, we watch that live. We don't miss an episode of that one. There's probably so much more, and I'm really not even thinking of them because we really do watch way too much TV. But that was the Q&A. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I shall do another one of these at some point if you guys have more questions. And I will see you very shortly. Also, just letting you guys know, I've been working on something pretty cool, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So as soon as I get the go-ahead, I am going to be releasing a video all about it, and there will be fun links and things to try, so it's very exciting. Okay? And yeah. Okay,